Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing some pie recipes with you. I know I'm a little late, should have had this done before Thanksgiving, but it is what it is. I wanted to share some pies that you can make on any occasion, or even if it's not a special occasion, you can just make after dinner. And all three of these are very easy to make as well, so let's go ahead and get started. This first pie I'm sharing is a chocolate cream cheese pie, and it is absolutely delicious. I've been making it for every holiday for the last 2 years. So what I'm going to do is start off by taking 1 pack of Oreos, and I'm going to put those in my blender and turn those into very fine crumbs, and we're going to use this to make the crust. You can also go ahead and just buy the Oreo crust at the store, but I'm telling you, making your own crust at home, it just tastes better. Now that those are crushed up and nice and fine, I'm going to melt 6 tablespoons of butter in my bowl. I'm going to pour my Oreos in here and we're going to get that mixed together. And then once it's mixed, we're going to add it into our pie pan. This dish is about 9 inches, I believe, and this crust can all fit in here. However, the filling makes so much that I like to split it in half. So I'm going to add half of my Oreos in here, and we're going to go ahead and get that pressed out all around. I'm just starting with this spoon, but then I do end up using my fingers to really press out the crust and get it as even as possible. Now that that's done, I'm going to add 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese into my mixer, and we are just going to beat that until it's smooth. Next, I'm going to add in 1 12-ounce can of evaporated milk, and then again, we're going to get that mixed together. Now I'm just adding in 2 small 3.9-ounce boxes of chocolate instant pudding mix. You're just going to let this mix together while the cream cheese and evaporated milk is mixing as well. I just want to make sure that you know this is a very thick mix here, so you need to make sure you're using a decent mixer. If you're using a little handheld one that's kind of cheap and inexpensive, I actually have one just like that. I would not use that on this pie. It's just so thick you'll probably fry your hand mixer, honestly. Now I'm just scraping the sides of my bowl to make sure everything got mixed. Usually the bottom of my mixer has cream cheese down there, so I like to give it a good scrape around the edges, and then I turn the mixer back on for just a minute to get that combined. Next, I'm going to add in 1 8-ounce tub of Cool Whip. There's no need to fold this in. You can actually just add the tub in and then use your mixer to combine it. Again, I'm just going to scrape the edges and then turn the mixer back on just to be sure that we are not forgetting anything in the bottom. Back to our Oreo crust, I'm going to go ahead and add in half of our mixture right now. Spread the filling out as evenly as possible, and then once you're done, go ahead and put that in your refrigerator to chill for at least 30 minutes. In this foil pan, I'm actually going to use the rest of my crust and my filling to make a second pie. This pie is actually going to just go straight into my freezer. I like to wrap the top of my freezer items with this press and seal, and then over top of the press and seal I like to use some heavy duty aluminum foil, and it really helps prevent it from getting freezer burnt or just getting weird in general in your freezer. So the following day, when I was about to serve this, I went ahead and took a chocolate bar and I just shaved some of that chocolate over the top. Here's what my finished pie looks like. You can actually put another layer of Cool Whip over the top of the chocolate layer and then add your chocolate shavings on top, but honestly I'm not a big Cool Whip fan, so I just enjoy it like this, and it is a big hit around here. Up next, we're making this banana cheesecake wafer pie. It's a great way to mix it up a little bit. In a small bowl, I'm starting off with one 3.4 ounce box of banana cream instant pudding mix, and then I'm going to add 1 1/3 cups of half and half to that, and we're just going to whisk that together and set it aside for a few minutes to thicken up. Once that's thickened up, you're going to add 1 8-ounce block of softened cream cheese and just use a hand mixer to get that combined really well. You want to make sure it's as smooth as possible. Next, you're just going to add about 6 ounces of Cool Whip and then just fold that in gently. For this next part, I lost a little bit of footage, but what you're going to do is just take a little of your filling and you're going to put it on the bottom of your pie pan, and then you're just going to layer vanilla wafers over the bottom of your pan, and that is what is going to be your crust. Next, you're going to add half of your pie filling in here. Go ahead and spread that around evenly, and then you're actually going to be using some fresh bananas. With my bananas, I'm going to be using 2. I'm just slicing off the ends, and then I'm just going to slice this into equal size pieces, and we're just going to go ahead and make a banana layer over top of our filling. Once you've got your bananas on, go ahead and add the rest of your pie filling over top of the bananas. Having this on top of the bananas will help them from turning brown a little bit longer. And then I'm just going to go ahead and spread that out evenly across the top. Once you get that done, go ahead and put it in your refrigerator for about 30 minutes. I like to let mine sit a little longer if possible. The wafers do get softer in the bottom. I wouldn't say they get soggy, but they soften up and they feel more like a crust. I am a big fan of banana flavor, and my husband is not, but he actually really enjoyed this dessert. Up next, I really wanted to share this easy pumpkin pie recipe with you. I've made it a few times now. It's very easy to do. So what I'm going to do is preheat my oven to 425 degrees, and I'm going to be using one of these pre-made pie crusts. You can obviously make your own crust, but this was just easy. Into my bowl, I'm adding a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, a 1/2 cup of regular sugar, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie mix, 2 eggs, and yes, I did get that piece of shell out of there, and then I'm just going to whisk this together. Next, I'm adding in 1 15-ounce can of pure pumpkin, as well as 12 ounces of evaporated milk. Slowly, I'm going to begin to whisk this together and get it combined. You just want to make sure that the pumpkin is well incorporated. Now I'm just going to go ahead and add in my filling to my pie crust. These pie crusts come in 2 packs. Usually you can find them in the freezer section. I'm going to fill this pie crust as full as possible, but you want to make sure that you can get it transferred into the oven. Very slowly, I'm transferring this over to my oven. You just got to be careful because it is a liquid, obviously, so you don't want to spill it all over your oven. That would be a horrible mess to clean up. But this is going to bake on 425 for about 15 minutes. Now I'm going to show you what you can do with the leftover filling because there's not enough for a second pie. So I have my cupcake pan out and I'm just going to put a couple liners in. And I'm just going to fill these about 3/4 of the way full with the pumpkin pie mix. And then we're just going to put these in the oven for about 20 minutes. So I'm actually coming to all of you guys for advice right now. Like I said, I've made this pie a few times, and a couple of the times this white layer has appeared on the top, and it does not affect the way that the pie tastes. The texture is not weird. I just don't like the appearance of it, and I don't exactly know what I'm doing wrong. So if you have any ideas, I would love to know how to make this not happen. I asked some other people and they told me it was normal, but I don't like when it appears. So if you have any tips, they would be much appreciated. Now I'm just adding a cover over my crust because the pie is going back in the oven to continue to cook and you do not want your crust to burn. If you have a pie shield, that is ideal. I really need to invest in one of those. If not, you can just use some aluminum foil and cut a ring out of the center, and then you can just fold it over top of your crust and it works perfectly fine. Now that we've got that covered, I reduced my oven temperature to 350 degrees and the pie is going back in for an additional 45 to 55 minutes. Here's what my pie looked like when it was all done. I did check the center to make sure my butter knife was coming out clean. And as you can see, that color is on the top. So I'm open to all tips and tricks and suggestions. And then here are my little mini crustless pies. These are so good and my husband loves when I have leftover filling for something like this so he can snack on it later. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know below all your tips and I will see you guys back here on Sunday for a new video.